Okay, so a couple things to talk about. We've got map testing coming up when we get back from spring break. We're going to talk a little bit about Awards Day and do a little bit of TEACS platform cleanup today. Okay. All right. First thing, if you are in our staff course, most of you have already found it, but you need to go to the NWEA map folder. And inside of that, there's one that says administering the test. There's a link in there that says teacher sign in, I believe. So go ahead and the hardest part about this is just making sure everybody can sign in.
Teacher login?
Yeah, teacher login.
I refused.
Click that little arrow thing up in the right hand and side and open it outside of Schoology.
Oh my gosh, I forgot this. What is it?
It'll be your email for sure. I don't know about your password.
Years, I think.
Click that arrow and it automatically log in.
Yeah.
That's what mine did.
Mine there.
In the corner of your.
I did that.
Hey, Tina, if you can't get it, we'll fix it after we're done.
All right, where we go with Maria?
Probably is.
All right, is everybody in? I can fix Tina's in a little bit.
I got in.
All right, awesome.
I got in.
Okay, so save it as a bookmark if you want to. I always just drag mine down out of the toolbar for easy access, but you can find it in that folder. I'll leave it in there. Okay, I make all your test sessions for you. So inside the platform, if you want to go to manage test sessions, and I just want you to kind of walk through the steps with me so you know and remember how to find them. This PowerPoint that I'm using today is inside this folder down at the bottom. It says Spring Map Refresh. I would pull it up because, we got about a week and a half before we give it. So when you do actually give it, pull it up as a resource. Because I did screenshots. It's pretty much step by step. All right. So you're going to do manage test sessions. And once you do that, there's a button that says show. Okay. And then under created by, you got to put my name because I'm the one that made the sessions. It wants to default to yours, so you will have to change that. Some people today have had several of my name pop up. If you do, choose the second one.
The second one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then you will type in your first and last initial, and it should pull up some sessions for you. I'm almost done creating all the sessions, but so you should be able to see some in there if you're giving the test. And we'll talk about who's giving the test here in a little bit. All right. We're all on the same page? Good. Okay, once you, and you can kind of look up here now because I don't want you to actually open them up, but once you're ready to test, like I said, we test the week we get back from spring break. Monday, we're not doing any testing. We'll kind of get reacclimated. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be giving the map test. And when you do, if you just hit test now on your session, you'll be able to get started. And it'll look something like this. Most of you have given the test this year. You'll put up the session name for the kids and the password, and they'll open up their map app, log in, and they should be ready to go. Tomorrow during Focus, you probably got my email earlier. It's kind of a housekeeping day tomorrow in Focus. We're going to double check for all the apps and things, and if a kid doesn't have an app, email Cherie, and she'll handle it during the day tomorrow. But I'll make an announcement as well. So the kids should be ready to go. I'm going to type things in and get ready. Proctor Pen over on the right-hand side. If a kid rushes through the test, it will lock it down. You need to go over and reprimand them and tell them to slow down, put your pen in, and they'll be able to get started back. Okay. So basically, you need to provide the session name for them and the password. And then once everybody is in, it'll say, waiting to test or what to be confirmed, I think. And you will hit confirm all and they'll be ready to go. Now, one thing about MAP is, it is really picky about how you address issues. Like you can't have the kids in different statuses and you try to address everything at one time. So make sure that, if a kid's having a problem, you have just their name checked and you address those things one at a time. And you do that under select action. Now, remember, you can't mess this up. This is not like milestones. You do not need to have anxiety about MAP testing at all. These sessions that I've created for you are like little virtual classrooms. If I miss somebody, it's very likely because it's like 10,000 clicks for me to make these. Then just add the kid in. Or if you have a kid like Hannah Reeser comes to mind, who hasn't been here in forever, and she's not going to be here, you can delete her. You're not going to delete their data or anything else by messing with these sessions. So if you see that I made a mistake and I left a kid out, just fix it. It's no problem. I just try to do the brunt of the work, up front. So you can't mess it up. Try to fix your own tech issues. In all the administrations I've done of this test, it's usually one of 4 things that's the problem. So I made this little cheat sheet. Again, this is in that folder. This PowerPoint is. I just pull it up on the day of testing and have it there. So if you have an issue with a kid getting kicked out, this tells you the sequence of how to fix that. Okay. And like I said, there's usually 3 or 4 things that'll fix any issue you come across. If all else fails, though, and you've tried everything and you don't know how to fix it, then inside that folder, there's a help link. Go ahead and click on it if you want to look at it. That's what I'll be looking at. So I won't be looking at emails that day. I'm just going to have my eyes on that help sheet. And any issue you have that you can't fix, put it on there and I'll come straight to your room and we'll fix it. Has everybody located the help sheet? Make sure you're on the spring tab too, by the way. That's where I'll be looking. All right. But yeah, so for MAP testing, you need to have the platform open so you can control the test. I'd have this troubleshooting tips open and I'd have the help sheet open as I'm giving it. Any questions about the platform side of it? All right, on testing days, we'll run an extended first period, which is focus schedule. At the end of that focus, you'll hear me come over announcements and say, if you have any students still testing at this time, please suspend their test and send them to the media center where Cherie and myself will catch them and we'll let them finish the test in there. But you do have to suspend it so I can add them to a session.
Does this mean that we're losing 3 days of first block?
Yep.
All of us, or just the 8th grade?
8th, we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, mostly 8th, but yeah, like yours, that's about half and half. Yeah. Yep, unfortunately so. All right, so MAP class coverage. So these are testing people. The first day, Tuesday, all 8th and 9th graders will take reading. So basically, if you have a first period, you have a session and you're testing your kids.
So
All
I'm
right.
testing.
Mm-hmm.
I have mixed kids.
Yeah. So the first
I
day,
have 2.
well, I'm about to tell you, but let's talk about this day first.
Okay.
The first day, you are testing all your kids. If you have a first period, 8, 9. Everybody in our building is taking the MAP test.
We're not pulling out for sped, correct?
No accommodations on these. We want to see what they actually know. All right. Then we scroll down to the next 2 days, where we test only 8th graders. So you might want to look at that schedule. Like Tina, yours says mix but test. That meant you were about half and half. I think actually you had mostly 8th graders with a few 9. So you'll test, and those few 9th graders, I think like Gracie Turner and some of those kids, they just need to work on something else on their iPad those days. Okay. Now, if I had a class where, like Amy, your class, I only had a few 8th graders, like 3 or 4, not many. So Yeah, I pulled them out and I'm sending them somewhere. So go ahead and find on here, like they're going to Richardson's class. So you can see where it says Burns and the kids that are coming out. So you're going to want to tell them, advertise to them tomorrow and Monday where they're going. Probably Monday when we get back because they're going to forget. But let them know that, hey, you know, for Tuesday and Wednesday, you're actually going to go to Mr. Richardson to test. There's no other way to do that. I mean, it's kind of very clunky. So you can just kind of see where kids will be. LeBlanc as well. Like on those days, you're going to send that group of kids there down to Andrea Smith to test. You'll want to just let them know ahead of time.
Where's this list?
In the NWEA folder, go to that PowerPoint down at the bottom. It says Spring Map Refresh. All this is hyperlinked in there. Yeah, no problem. And I think that pretty much covers everybody sitting in here. Tommy, you'll be in the lab again. Back up. Cherie's going to have 10 or so computers hopefully logged in and ready. She's working on that. All right. Any questions about that?
So Tuesday, they'll all be with me, but Wednesday and Thursday, they'll go to Mr.
Mhm.
Richardson.
You'll have that pull out. Yep. Your 8th graders need to go to Richardson. Okay. Now, if your name's not on here, so I had a few, I know like Savannah's helping me out, but I know there's some people out there who are not on this list. And I did that on purpose because days like today, we had 4 people out with no subs. So I need to have a bank of people I can pull from if we have a last minute emergency. All right. So that's MAP. Questions, concerns?
Yeah, so I wanna go back to me.
Okay,
Okay,
let's do it.
so when I'm doing reading,
Everybody test.
are they all gonna be on one?
Yeah, it's the same
thing,
test.
though? Is it the same?
Yeah,
test
exact same
for 8th and
test.
9th grade? Okay, that was my question.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to have
Okay,
two
yeah.
grades or-
No, it's actually 6th grade and up. It's the
Okay,
same
that-
screener.
That's what, okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of easy. I mean, and like I said, y'all's rosters are built for you. So when you find them, just hit test now and go. You're literally just monitoring them. The bad thing is, Tina, the few that have to just sit there and do something while, the next 2 days. Hopefully they've got something they can work on. I don't know. Maybe for another class or something, or they can get ahead in yours. All right. So if there's no other questions about MAP, we'll do it when we get back. This year, we went back and forth from the county office. They went back and forth with me about who they wanted to test and when. That's been decided. So for future years, 9th graders will get tested in reading at the beginning and reading at the end. And we will actually look at those Lexiles next year to kind of inform us of who's sitting in front of us. I mean, we can kind of figure that out, but if you got a kid with a 2nd grade reading level, I want you to know that. So we'll use that. And then 8th grade from here on out will be tested at each administration, all 3 tests. So that's the plan, the nailed down plan I got from the county office. That's how it will work next year.
This will kind of happen for me with my mixed classes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, before the day of the testing, if you want to get in there and look at your roster, you're welcome to, if that makes you feel better. But just make sure you don't delete your roster. If you don't hit save and stuff, then it'll go away and we'd have to rebuild it. We wouldn't panic, but we would have to rebuild it real quick. So if you want to look at your roster, you can. But again, it's if a kid's not in there, if I've missed a kid, you just hit add, find them, and it takes 2 seconds. Nothing to worry about. All right. Okay, some other important information. So you can get out of that NWEA folder, go back to our staff course, the main page, the very top link. So I'm going to wait on everybody because I want y'all to see what I'm looking at. So staff course, main page, very top link. I think it says Honors Day Winners or something. I can't remember what I named it. All right, go ahead and click on that so you can look at it. On May 24th, that's the Monday of the last week of school, at 9 o'clock, we will have our Honors Day. It's going to be in our auditorium this year. Department heads, that'll be you, Amy, and I guess you, Tina, will come and give out the awards for your people. And when you're done, you can leave and go back to class. We'll get you some coverage so you can hand those awards out. CTAE is still, they can figure out who they want to present those and let me know. But this form you're looking at by May 3rd, so that's more than a month away. I need to have that form back in with the decided winners. At that point, I'll invite our parents, because they will have to get to have a couple parents come in. And I'll send those invites out. Only winners will be invited to come down to the auditorium. So looking at that form, let me find it for myself so I don't miss anything.
Do you know, I mean, they've told it, is this changes like every year for like us, do you know, I mean, what type of awards do you want?
I got it on here. That form you're looking at, let's go through it. So I asked around at what's been done in the past. Okay. And this is, yes. So this is what they've said. So you'll get with your people. You'll need to get with grade level and, like PLCs and decide who you want to win these awards. Have one person fill it out. If everybody clicks under course, you can see the awards we're given. So when you fill out this form and you go to course, so like Tina, you would go down and select health. You're giving one award for health. That's why it says 1 beside it.
Right.
For the entire year. 8th grade math, 1 award. So you'll have to get together and hash it out who that's going to be. It's open. The only thing we asked, Brody, and we talked about this, was that you consider GPA, attendance, and behavior. We're not mandating how your criteria works. Just consider those things in picking a person.
So that's like for me and Tanya.
Y'all get together.
Can we add weight training?
We can, yeah. I can add it right now if that's something y'all do. Do you want to do that? All right. I'll add it in just a minute. Okay. Anything else I missed, Tina, that you see for y'all that I need to add?
No, because I guess the rest is whether you get the CTA
Mhm.
there.
Kevin wanted to do one, even though he kind of does. He said, I want to do 1 chorus award. But yeah, I mean, I'm open to anything. It's not a big deal because we just do paper and they put them in these nice sleeves. And so you just have to tell me. Yeah. So out beside it, though, is, 1 means you choose 1 per that subject. We are giving a citizenship to an 8th grader, 1 award, a citizenship to a 9th grader. So again, y'all will get together with your grade level people and decide that. If, Tina, if y'all want input on that, maybe send an email to grade level chairs or whatever. Yes.
Foundations of algebra.
Okay. I'll add that. Remind me in just a minute. Okay. And then a Tiger Award. Brody, myself, and Taylor, we're going to do a Tiger Award. So we'll get together and talk about that. But that's it. Is there anything that you can see aside from the 2 mentioned that we might need to talk about adding? Okay. Are you good? Good.
What are like you said, for the academic, it's GPA, attendance, behavior. What are we supposed to be looking at when we're looking for citizenship?
Just all around good citizens.
Okay, all right.
I mean, that kid could have a 72, but be the best kid you've ever taught. I mean,
He's working
so,
hard.
right.
Yeah, okay.
That's really, I guess, up for interpretation with you and your grade level. All right. So again, you got about a month. I just want to get that out so you could be looking for that kid. You probably already know who it is, but
What about REP kids? You gonna do it?
I didn't plan to. But if y'all insist, I mean, I don't.
No, I don't insist.
Okay.
I just wanted to know. I didn't see that on here. It's the only thing I don't
Okay.
see. Awesome.
Well, Greg, I think it's a good idea because if you clump everybody into 8th grade math, of course you're gonna have your superstars.
Right.
So those poor kids that may be working their tail off in your REP class.
Yeah, and I do have a couple kids that are really doing a lot better.
Okay. Well, hang back in a minute and I'll add whatever y'all tell me to add. All right. But yeah, Amy, just plan that day. You'll come and hand out all the math awards.
Yeah, man. My head.
All right. So that's Honors Day. Last thing, TEKS. There's a couple things before Friday the 16th. that we need you to take care of in TEKS. If you want to go ahead and log in, you can. So you're looking at it and you might want to take care of it right now. All right. I'll give you just a minute. Yeah, that's right. I know I have to finish up next week.
Down in the lower corner, LDS.
Yeah, left hand side.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Okay. So I'm going to show you some screenshots, okay, and talk about things that need to be taken care of. First of all, if you're one of my people, some of my people are done, but I sent out an email that I've got to finish up the week after spring break. But that's mostly new people. I don't think that's any of you. So anyway, all right. When you're looking at TEKS, what should be green right now? Orientation. That was the beginning of the year with Brody. If y'all remember, we did that in a workshop type setting. That should be green. Okay. Then you get into professional learning goal. What I've got circled there, the reflection, you need to do that. And basically that is reflecting on our goal, which was a school-wide goal around professional learning communities, getting those established, which we have. So you just need to reflect on that. You know, how do you feel you've met that goal? Where can we find that kind of documentation? You know, anything you can reflect on to say that you've met that goal.
Where do we reflect that, where it says go?
where it says learning goals, reflection.
Teacher.
Teacher.
So I'm assuming y'all, whoever our evaluator would be, would be the leader.
And so what I'm getting at is you need to do that, but it will stay yellow. Because at the end of the year, when we do summatives, that's when that one will turn green.
Right here. I am there. So I guess I didn't need.
Hmm.
Do y'all want me to give you a minute? Let you do it, or? All right, I'll give you a minute.
Oh, the ghost, I will actually participate in content.
Okay.
So that's every Wednesday when we meet and y'all meet.
What was the goal? Was everybody's the same?
Yes.
What was it about PLC?
You can hit it, it's hit the goal statement up there. Yeah, you'll actually participate. So that's our Wednesdays and, oh.
Now we use that for a PLC.
And that the PLC.
Gotta kick that out. Wednesday to put something like that in. Let's see.
We save and submit.
Mm-hmm.
Remediation. How you spell that? Remediation.
I'm a math teacher, I don't know.
REMEDIATION.
Okay. Thank you. I tried it 4 times, it wouldn't work for me.
She's reading later on.
Don't ask me to do math.
Save and submit, right?
Save and submit.
Your shoes, how would compare with Nike's in size?
The professional learning voltage stays yellow until our end of year.
All right. So if you look up at the screen, self-assessment and pre-evaluation should be green. That was the beginning of the year when you did your self-assessment. We had a whole group pre-evaluation conference. Again, that was with Brody. Should be green. All right. Then you get into your observations. So for every observation you've had done, you need to accept, sign off, all that. So like I said, if you still have one that's not finished, this won't turn green for you yet. We still need to do it. But for all the ones you've got, go ahead and sign off if you're, ready to sign off. If not, talk to your TEKS administrators about those. Okay. And then last, the mid-year conference. We had those December, January. You should have had them with me, Brody, or Larry. Sign off on that. So some of you,
Green, we don't have to do anything, right?
if they're green, you're good. Yeah.
Self-assessment should be green.
Yes.
So the only one, if you get everything that's gonna still be yellow is the P.
Yes, because you got to have your summative. Yeah.